Welcome to CIRO-OCRI Market Surveillance. In this video, we will show you how markets are monitored in real time and what happens when we identify a potential breach of the Universal Market Integrity Rules or a violation of exchange rules. We provide these services under a Regulation Services Agreement with each equity marketplace operating in Canada. Market surveillance has touchpoints throughout the trading ecosystem, including with issuers to administer timely disclosure policies, including halts and news dissemination, dealers to engage in ongoing dialogue about market activity, marketplace operators and the clearing corporation to assist with volatility controls, technical disruptions, and trade rulings, and other regulators to refer cases, share data and information, and consult. Our market surveillance team is responsible for two main duties: monitoring trading activity and implementing the timely disclosure policies of the stock exchanges. Our work in implementing timely disclosure policy includes reviewing pre-filed press releases before they hit the wires and reviewing others after they are published. Do not be alarmed if you receive a call from one of our surveillance officers who may offer guidance for future releases to help your firm stay on side of exchange requirements. Requesting halts for the release of material information must be done over the phone. We cannot accept a halt request by email. According to exchange policy, halts are intended to be short, typically measured in minutes or hours. Our surveillance officers need to gather information from you so that CIRO can make the correct regulatory decision. The answers you provide to our questions are kept in the strictest confidence. CIRO monitors stock exchange trading activity and coordinates with issuers for press release, but does CIRO regulate the issuers? The answer is no. CIRO only regulates registered dealers and registered individuals. We have jurisdiction over the supervisory activities of dealers who monitor their clients' trading activity. Dealers must be ready to answer for any potential breach of the rules detected by CIRO. So, why is it CIRO's job to halt trading for the dissemination of issue news? It is CIRO's responsibility to halt stocks from material news since it administers the timely disclosure policies of the exchanges under a Regulation Services Agreement with each exchange. Halts for dissemination of news are intended to be short for the imminent release of material information. Marketplace operators, including stock exchanges and alternative trading systems, look to CIRO for advice on halting and resuming stocks, which happens daily. At times, price volatility controls can delay an order until CIRO gives the marketplace the OK to let the order trade. Other interactions with the marketplaces include discussion around timely disclosure policy, trade rulings, and coordination around any technical issues. CIRO has strong relationships with our regulatory counterparts around the country and around the world. We do not have authority over asset managers, individual investors, or trading of Canadian listings in other countries. However, when CIRO detects market misconduct extending beyond our reach, we can and do refer cases to other regulators including FINRA, the SEC, the CSA, and others. We have developed relationships with other regulators to facilitate the exchange of information, including the Intermarket Surveillance Group, the International Organization of Securities Commissions, and the Cross-Border Market Fraud Initiative. Next, let's talk about surveillance MO and stages of a query. Real-time equity market surveillance is a key component of CIRO's market monitoring operations. Sophisticated software developed by global market operators and customized for Canada's unique market structure is the backbone of CIRO's surveillance operations. Every bit, offer, iceberg, tick, quote change, and trade are captured by the system and reviewed in real time. Events falling outside of the parameters set by CIRO in accordance with the Universal Market Integrity Rules or Exchange Rules create alerts. These alerts are reviewed in detail by CIRO surveillance officers. CIRO's data feed contains real-time data from marketplaces, including data not available in the public feed. For example, the public may only see the broker number, volume, and price, while CIRO, through the market regulation feed, can see the broker number, volume, including hidden iceberg volume, price, price limits, date of entry, date of expiry, trader ID and name, account number at the broker, legal entity identifiers, short markers, jitney markers, and more. The broker number CIRO sees is never anonymous. CIRO can see if the broker is using the anonymous number 1 broker code. However, CIRO has transparency on this piece of information. All of this data allows the CIRO team to observe a complete picture of market trading. CIRO makes no assumptions when piecing together a trading scenario or potential violation of exchange rules or the universal market integrity rules. From time to time, CIRO's surveillance team receives queries from issuers and other interested parties when they observe behaviors in the marketplace which look contrary to the universal market integrity rules or exchange rules. These observations may include indications of suspected layering, spoofing, short-selling violations, or other price manipulations. So, how does CIRO investigate observations or complaints originating from market participants? The first stage is for our surveillance officers to review any alerts which may have fired during the period in question. At this time, CIRO will also ask the party making the query for any non-market data-related information which may provide color to the story told by the market data. After reviewing the data and information provided, if CIRO finds evidence to support a potential breach of the universal market integrity rules, the case will be forwarded to CIRO's Trade Review and Analysis Department for further investigation. In the second stage, our Trade Review and Analysis team takes a deeper look at the trading activity. Depending on the type of allegation, Trade Review and Analysis may request further information from our dealers to complete its review. Requests can include books and records of dealers, if required, to confirm or support a finding. If there is a finding of a breach of the universal market integrity rules, Trade Review and Analysis refers the case to CIRO's Enforcement Department or to the appropriate regulator. The enforcement team conducts an independent investigation and analysis. It also obtains information from various sources, including investment dealers, other domestic and international regulators, and the Canadian Depository for Securities Limited. Where warranted, enforcement may pursue disciplinary action against the dealer. Once concluded, the matter is made public. So now, let's talk about short selling. Short selling occurs when a participant sells a stock the investor does not currently own. Prior to the entry of a short sale order, the dealer must have a reasonable expectation that sufficient shares will be available to settle any resulting trade on settlement date. A short selling investor may deliver and settle by way of a stock loan, conversion of a convertible security converted in time for regular settlement, or delivery of shares from the exercise of warrants received in time for regular settlement. Market makers and certain other price-neutral trading strategies are required to mark all buy and sell orders explicitly as SME, short marking exempt. CIRO sees and monitors this SME activity directly in our surveillance system. These SME strategies must demonstrate a consistent history of being price-neutral over an historical period and are generally flat at the end of the trading day. Removing these strategies from the long-short marking regime helps individual dealers and CIRO track and monitor true long and true short trading activity. When a security is listed on one or more foreign markets, the stock will be subject to potential arbitrage as FX rates move and bid-ask quotes fluctuate. Short selling is allowed in Canada, but there are abusive short selling practices such as naked short selling that are not allowed. Naked short selling is an abusive practice where an investor sells shares short without a reasonable expectation of settling that trade on the agreed settlement date. The responsibility for preventing naked short selling primarily lies with the executing dealer whose books and records are regularly scrutinized by CIRO. CIRO also monitors overall market activity to detect potentially abusive short-selling patterns. Other controls are in place, such as marketplace and clearing rules, to ensure a failed delivery will proceed to a buy-in process where a market price penalty is assigned to the seller who has failed to deliver. Dealers must also take steps to control any further short selling of any trader or client that has unreasonably failed to deliver stock after an extended period of time past the trade date. Short selling activity, as it is reported to CIRO by dealers, is reported on CIRO's website and updated every 2 weeks. This information is indicative of trends and flows over time. A word of caution. These reports will only show a single point in time. The short position data provided is an aggregation of data supplied by dealers and is not validated by CIRO, and therefore may contain some errors from time to time. What is important to look for is what has changed from one point to another. If there has been a large change in short positions and short trades, investors have the benefit of seeing this and assessing the potential cause and effect factors that may be present. CIRO is committed to protecting market integrity and works closely with other parts of the trading ecosystem to achieve that goal. Issuers, dealers, investors, and others all have a role to play. CIRO's strength is a state-of-the-art technology, which leverages enormous amounts of non-public data to detect breaches of market rules. We continue to adapt and work with other regulators to fulfill our mission.